Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome to the World Series here in the Denver Bears franchise. It's been 6 long years of building up this team, and we have finally made it to the World Series. And man, this Bears team has put it all together. Pitching finally came around this postseason as we defeated last episode in last series in the NLCS. The Nationals are a very good team, and our pitching shut them down. Now, this has been quite the journey. Our offense has really been our catalyst so far, but our pitching has been the reason why we have gotten here. Our ERA is a little high at 5.01, but I think that honestly our pitching really comes in and shuts it down at times. You saw it in the last 3 games of the NLCS, I should say. And now we have a tougher task because the Royals are probably the most well-balanced team. Every single position they have somebody good, whether that's J.D. Davis at third base, who we actually were debating signing. And man, it could come back to bite us because look at him. He's excellent defensively. He can hit the ball well. They also have Malik Smith as their leadoff hitter. I mean, they have a very good balanced team. Chris Bubich will get the start for the Royals in game number 1 here. He's 2-0 in the postseason. The Royals have only lost 1 game so far this postseason. Luis Severino has been our MVP so far. I would probably give it to him. He has not given up any runs. Not really anybody's gotten on base. I mean, he has been shut down. So we'll see what happens here in game number 1. The Royals have the home field advantage as here is Bonito Ozuna, who leads us off. Strike 3 called on that inside fastball. Not really sure about that pitch. That may set the tone for the rest of the game. Who knows? Here is Muhammad Willingham at the plate. Swings at one out of the zone. And it will be a ground ball to short. MLB The Show does get in your head sometimes. With bad calls like that, you start to swing at a lot of pitches. And here comes Jesse Winker up to the plate. And he just flies out to Smith in center field. 1-2-3 inning for the Royals. Let's see if Severino can continue his great wave of pitching here in the postseason. He faces Malik Smith, who leads off the Royals. That is going to be a strike 3 on the swing. 1 out. Mies is at the plate now. He hits one down the first base line. That one will be easily fielded by Winker. 2 outs in this inning as that brings up Andrew Benintendi, hitting over 500 here in the postseason. He gets an inside pitch. This one's a broken bat. Back to Severino. 1-2-3 for both teams. So we start the 2nd inning here. Is Chris Stewart at the plate. He has been hitting very, very well. Swinging a hot stick. That one is a frozen rope to left field. You just can't keep him off base. Because now we have a man on first base. That's going to be Zach Veen at the plate, who was once our number 1 prospect in this entire series, and probably season number 1 and season 2. Then we had some prospects who did pass him up, like Muhammad Willingham, other guys included. That brings up Luis Arias to the plate. Hit up the middle, and that one is backhanded, thrown on to first. And Arias, the World Series MVP last season, will get robbed of a base hit. So no runs doing through the first 2 innings. That's going to bring up Eloy Jimenez, who has not been hitting the ball well at all. Hitting below 100 here in the postseason. But that hit gets him started, maybe breaking that slump. Here is J.D. Davis at the plate, who we actually contemplated signing. He walks in the first time facing him. And now they have a man on first and second. Ahmad Rosario at the plate. He hits one down the left field line, and that one will get to the outfield. It will score 1. Ozuna kind of takes his time and throws to third base. And now they have men on second and third, already 1 run in. So this inning continues here. Here's MJ Melendez, who is a very good player now. He's in his 80s. And now that walks the bases, loads them up. Eric Mejia at the plate. Their catcher will come up, hit a short fly ball to center field. This one gets down. Zach Veen can't get to that one. 2 runs will come around to score 3-0 here in the 2nd inning for the Kansas City Royals. So now men on the corners here. Malik Smith at the plate. Ground ball to second. This one should be two. Luis Arias kind of took his time there. Luckily, C.J. Abrams has a strong arm. And we get out of that inning 3-0 though. Here is Abrams at the plate here in the top of the third. He goes to right field on the outside pitch. Very early on that swing. Nonetheless, it's still a base hit. Here's Benito back at the plate. He gets an outside slider. This one will just be a fly ball to left field. Even good contact. That was just a fly ball. Here is Muhammad Willingham, who excels at hitting versus left-handed pitching. He hits one deep to left field. This one's got a chance, and it gets to the warning track and bounces off of the wall over the glove of Andrew Benintendi. One run will come across, and Muhammad Willingham makes it to third with a 2-out triple. We're right back in this game, 3-1. Look at how close this was, right over the glove of Benintendi. Jesse Winker at the plate now with 2 outs. He hits one to right field. This one is just going to be a routine fly out to Jimenez. I believe that's not Jimenez. I'm not sure who that is out in right field, but does run that one down 3-1. That's who it is. It's Johan Mieses out in right field. He does draw the walk here to start the third inning, as that brings up the meat of their order. Andrew Benintendi, he will swing one inside, and that one will be a stolen base for Mieses. Is now here's Andrew Benintendi continuing that at bat. He strikes out on the outside changeup. 1 out as that brings up Jimenez, who did get a base hit last inning, and that one will not be a strike on that one. Guys on first and second. Colin Moran at the plate now. Low pitch, making it 3-2. Here is Severino with the 3-2 pitch. Another low one. Severino has just not been hitting the zone today. That loads up the bases for J.D. Davis. So we go to our bullpen. I look at who we can bring in. Mike Salucci is one of our best long-term relievers / spot starters. We also warm up D'Anthony Pierre. J.D. Davis, though, hits this one to right field. This one will bring in multiple runs. 1 run will come across. 2 runs will come across. They're sending the third, and that one will also come across. 6-1 here in the third inning. J.D. Davis coming through for the Royals. A big lead here in game number 1. We are still in the third inning. We have not made it out of this inning. There's still 1 out. That one will be Rosario. He grounds out to short. 2 outs. MJ Melendez at the plate. He hits one hard to short, and that one gets through. We definitely should have pulled Severino after he gave up that last hit, but instead, it is now a 7-1 game, and that one will end Severino's day. Not a good showing from our ace. He'll need to come back stronger later in this series because we need him. He's been our best pitcher so far. He had a bad day. D'Anthony Pierre on the mound now, and he does get the next batter to ground out. 7-1. In the 4th inning, much of the same here for the Bears. Suarez comes up, ground ball to third base, as that brings up Chris Stewart, who has been our best hitter. Outside fastball, and that one was way out of the zone, and they are still getting that call. And next pitch will be a high heater and a strikeout, as now we move on to the 5th inning. 7-1. The Royals have the bases loaded here, and here is Mejia, I believe, at the plate. He hits one to right field, scoring 2 more. It is 9-1. The Royals put their foot on the gas pedal and just have not let up. On to the 9th inning. The Denver Bears have done nothing up to this point. This is C.J. Abrams, who gets a nice pitch, but just a deep fly ball to center field. The Royals have just made solid contact. We have walked a ton of guys today, and it just hasn't been pretty. We end up losing this game 3-11 after Benito Ozuna came in and did hit a home run in the 9th inning there to make it give us 2 runs in the 9th, but it did not matter. It's just one of those games. I mean, you're going to have some of these, and we actually experienced this in the NLDS when we did lose to the Phillies by blowout, and then all of a sudden, we came back in that series and made it a series. So we have come back from this before. It was ugly, but we did come away with the loss. Apologize, I am still under the weather a little bit, but here we go to game number 2. I forgot to actually record this game, this quick manage, so I recorded after it was done. I realized that it wasn't recording. We ended up winning this one 1-0 off of a Muhammad Willingham home run, and we ended up getting the win. Only 4 hits to their 3. Mike Soroka went a complete game shutout for the Bears. So now it's a 1-1 series coming back to Denver. We have 3 straight games in Denver. So Ramel Coffer gets the start on the mound versus J.D. Zachary, who was their number 3 starter in their rotation. We'll see what he can do today. So here is Coffer. He does have a 2-run cushion there in the first, but then ends up giving up a run in the second, but we do tack on 2 more. So we're in pretty good position here to start this game. Now here is Arias, and he brings in a run here with the double. 5-1 here for the Bears. MJ Melendez gets a triple in the 4th inning, but nothing doing. Here's Coffer. Look at him getting a single, and that ends up bringing in a Muhammad Willingham RBI single as he scores. So he helps himself out on the mound. Now a 6-2 game. He's pitching pretty decently so far, giving up 6 hits. But here is Kansas City trying to come back. J.D. Davis and McBroom at the plate. We debate taking him out, but we leave him in, and he does not give up a run in that 6th inning. On to the 7th inning now. Now facing Benintendi in the top of this lineup in a double play ball. So looks like Coffer is pitching very well today. So now we move on to this next inning in the 8th, and we decide to bring in Atlas Luntich. He gets out of the top of the 8th. Chris Stewart adds a solo home run, another insurance run, making it 7-2. And now we move on to the 9th. Atlas Luntich in the pitch. He does have 2 men on. Sacrifice fly brings in another one. But we end up getting the victory here, 7-3. Another good game by Muhammad Willingham, which is weird because in sim in the regular season, he was terrible. But all of a sudden in the playoffs, he's doing very, very well. So now we move on to game number 4 as we are going to play one of our last 2 home games in Denver in the World Series before returning to Kansas City if it comes to that. We'll see what happens, but Justin Maxwell will get the start in game number 4. He will face J.C. Cloney, another lefty. They have so many lefties in their rotation and so many out of the bullpen. It is just ridiculous. But we do take the 2-1 series lead. No thanks to me when I was controlling the team, but quick manage did help us out. We'll see if we can close out this series actually in the next episode in game numbers 4 and 5. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tinted. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in the dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side. But I'm from the east side, this how we slide. This how we ride, yeah, this how we